Whoa, 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 whoa. Sorry about that. Yo, Alter's in the house. What's up, what's up, what's up? Wait, so are we not in season 2 yet? Zacchaeus, what up, Zacchaeus? Dude, how awesome is that Pete Hegseth got confirmed, man? That's so badass. Pete Hegseth overcame allegations of sexual assault, public drunkenness, and questions of financial mismanagement at 2 veterans groups he ran to narrowly win Senate approval to become Donald Trump's defense secretary. The vote was 50-50. Vice President J.D. Vance cast the tie-breaking vote after Mitch McConnell of Kentucky joined Lisa Murkowski of Alaska and Collins of Maine in voting against Hegseth. Dirtballs. Dirtballs. Absolute dirtballs. Mitch McConnell needs to go, dude. Mitch McConnell needs to flip and go. What absolute dirtballs to Mitch McConnell, Lisa Murkowski, and Susan Collins need to go. Yeah, exactly, Altair. It's like, dude, Democrats are now saying like, if you ever struggle with anything. Excuse me, I'm trying to stream, but what's up? Because you said you didn't want to hang out with me, and you didn't want to read with me, so now I'm streaming, so. What's up? If you wanted to like hang and talk out, I said we could rent it. So what are you doing? And don't you dare let me hear you.
Oh, do you want to use me? Turn that off!
Let's roll.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I'm clipping that into a YouTube short. Is that all right? Dude, Vertigo's still in this thing. Yo, Guess is in the house. What's up? I'll never get calling them people out to their faces. Did you see Pisco crying about ice creams? I did see that. What a joke. He took time away from his crying about having to leave Destiny after his sick behavior was so much it would cost him his legal career. Dude. Wow. Wow. Absolutely insane, man. Absolutely insane. Dude, I could potentially hit 5,000. Let's see how many points I get on this one. Conservative Erks in the house. What up, Conservative?
Let's roll.
When are all of Trump's administration members going to be confirmed? Well, Conservative Erk, Pete Hegseth just got confirmed. That's huge news right now. Pete Hegseth just got confirmed. Trump going on the offense in the LA meeting a few hours ago. He told them to his face they did a bad job. Wow. Dude, I need to watch more Trump. I've been missing out on all... Like, there's so much Trump content I can't keep up. I worked today and then I obviously got a haircut if you can't tell. Please exit the room if that's okay. Because you don't get to do screen time watching me. So well, you tell me.
Grenade out. Throwing fire. Fire in the hole.
Banana, banana, banana.
I'm behind B-box.
Nice. There's a deagle down. There's a deagle down. Deagle down.
Where's Deagle?
Over here. Yeah. No, keep going. Yep, got it.
Stuck here. I took your USP.
I do like the shoddy. It's cheap. You get a lot of money with it, and it's good. And close range, I can do damage with it.
Incendiary. Grenade out.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Grenade out.
4 of them right there on B.
Bomb has been planted.
One's at the tip of banana, one's on point. Last one's a banana.
What? Frick! Man, my bad. Oh, frick. Let's save, guys. We gotta save. Let's 5-man rush banana, save. Hard save, 5-man rush banana. Nade stack.
Gear up. We're going in.
Made banana from the other side.
Throwing a grenade.
One's mid, one's all. Popping up in the balcony.
Grenade.
One planting.
Bomb has been planted.
One's mini pit, one's on point.
Oh, whoa! I was not expecting that guy to be there.
Time to earn our stories. Incendiary out. Throwing grenade.
Pushing up mid. They're pushing arches, 3 of them. Did not see the bomb.
Two in CT spawn.
Oh shit.
Terrorists win. Come on, chop chop. Throwing smoke. Throwing a grenade. Throwing fire. Grenade out. Throwing smoke.
Dude was a ninja. I had to do that troll crip. I couldn't resist. Oh, I think I dinked him too.
One pit.
He's still in pit. Other one unknown.
Terrorists win.
Dude, what are these guys doing, man? Frick.
Go, go, go. Incendiary. Grenade out.
Looks like B.
Throwing a grenade.
They're pushing back. They're in mid.
Looks like root.
Terrorists win.
AOC and Raskin made articles of impeachment over Trump pardons today. What a bunch of losers. Are you flipping kidding me? That's the most absurd, ridiculous thing I've ever heard of in my life. Yeah. Conservative Irk, apparently, yeah. Apparently, typically, the Senate confirms almost all the nominees in like a couple of days right after the president takes office.
Incendiary out.
That's what absolutely should be happening. That's what I demand. I demand that.
Laying down smoke. Molotov. Throwing a grenade.
We got bomb over here.
Throwing flashbang.
Oh, no, flash. They're going back.
He's back in mid. Last one was mid with bomb.
Let me know if you hear anything.
Watch out. These boys have got a bit of an arsenal and they don't mind using it. Laying down smoke. Grenade out. Laying down smoke.
Grenade out. Throwing incendiary.
One went inside apartments.
Oh, one apps.
Throwing fire. Grenade.
Off in mid. He's in that left corner.
Flashbang.
Hop and spawn.
One's still on T ramp. Other one's trash bags in the middle. T ramp in middle.
I'm gonna smoke mid deep.
Let's go.
CTV sent you something on Twitter? Oh, okay, cool. I'll check it out. They want a body and ratio Pisco.
They're going mid.
Alright,
Pushing real hard.
alright.
Throwing fire.
Hey.
Frick, man. The one time I go B, they go A. One conservative streamer who doesn't smoke cannabis from a bong, thank God. What? What conservative streamers smoke weed? That's hilarious.
Green apartments going out in the A.
Bomb has been planted. Throwing flashbang. Throwing fire.
He got me. All right, boys, let's win this one. Let's win this one.
Roger that.
Lock in.
Right on. You're right on. Throwing smoke. Incendiary out. Grenade out. Grenade out.
Incendiary out.
Throwing fire.
He's B with an op. Oh, he's going CT, going CT.
Terrorists win. Push, push, push. Laying down. Decoys out. Incendiary. Throwing grenade.
One abs.
Got one in apartments.
Oh. Alt mid. Top alt mid. Last on
On the
them.
stairs.
Counter-terrorist win. Stuff.
All right, let's win this last one and we get 5 rounds on CT. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Lock in, lock in.
Affirmative.
Even if Hegseth hadn't even been confirmed today, would have been later via recess. I have to thumb. Oh, for sure, for sure. I agree with that. No, but that's good. That's good. The fact that we're getting it done. What is Mitch McConnell's problem? What the hell is Mitch McConnell's problem?
They're all in. All in.
Pushing. 2 going. Three on A, 2 on A. One's by boiler. On CT.
Incendiary out.
Last one CT. You got bomb.
He might have up.
champion.
The 4K, the 4K. Mitch is basically a dem anyway, a stupid rhino. Oh, I know, right, Altair?
This is what we have been working for.
True, Altair. Let's go alt mid, guys. Everybody go alt mid to mid, and we'll just go A. We'll just overpower him mid by going alt mid.
Yes, yes, yes.
Let's go.
This way, this way. Nice, nice. Thank you, guys. Wasting their nades. Good, good.
One right outside.
One's arches going boiler.
Ah, my bad. Dang it. Let's slow play him here. Let's slow play him. Super slow, super slow.
Let's move. Come on, hurry up. Throwing smoke.
Throwing the decoy.
Deploying decoy.
Oh, I thought he was gonna start reloading. I helped CTV dogpile Pisco. He said CTV is leaking DMs just like Destiny. Wow, what a scumbag. What a scumbag.
Counter-terrorists win.
Might be worth ecoing.
No, we just saved last round. No, three of us have AKs. Three of us get AKs. I'm gonna smoke right side mid. Come alt mid, come alt mid. I'm gonna smoke right side mid. Let's go left towards arches.
Throwing fire. Grenade.
You are the only one of the few people in Twitch politics who has a clean streaming history. The rest can't say that, and they tried canceling you so many times. Exactly. Totally guess. Totally guess. Yes. I thought Nancy Pelosi was still in Congress. Didn't she win re-elect?
B-side.
Go, go, go. Flashback. I'm throwing a grenade.
Counter-terrorists win.
I blame Black Ranger.
Oh man. Man, I may order Papa John's. Oh man, epic stuffed crust.
I am planting the bomb. Counter-terrorists win. Come on, let's go. We go.
I did the Papa Rewards. I normally end up with 10 in order, so I got a lot of free pizza from them for work events. And oh, dude, that's awesome, guess.
Grenade out.
Ivan, what the heck is going on? Oh, dude, all of a sudden my ping is way up. What the frick? Why is my ping like 200?
Counter-terrorists win.
All right. Not too bad, not too bad. 35 bucks. 35 bucks for the pizza delivery. That's not too bad. I mean, that's still expensive, but that's not too bad. No more of that though. No more CS. We're gonna play. Oh, you know what? Actually, I was. I was kind of getting back into this game. Whew, just had to sneeze pretty bad. Holy cow, man. I drank so much water and coffee in the last hour. I do like the Papa John's zesty sauce. Oh, nice. I like their whatever their default sauce is, and then I like their cheese sticks. Almost like their cheese sticks better than the pizza. And then I love their stuffed crust, their cheesy crust, stuffed crust. Oh, cool. You know what we can do since this is off? Let's listen to some Donald Trump content.
It's a shame so many people struggle with the most common teeth and gum problems when this simple 30-second bedtime
outside, but you're getting used to the cold. And one of the things that are very important to me, and one of the reasons I'm happy that we won so convincingly, is to help North Carolina get fixed up. They supported us in record numbers, and I'm supporting them in record numbers too. And they had me set. I wanted to go to Los Angeles and see what was going on with California, why they aren't releasing the water. Millions and millions of gallons of water. They're sending it out to the Pacific. Someday somebody's going to explain that one. In the meantime, they have no water in Los Angeles where they had the problems. But so we're going there. But I said, well, what about North Carolina? Well, you could do that. No, I can't. I said, we're stopping in North Carolina first, and then we're going to Los Angeles. And we just appreciate the outpouring of love that we've had here. Laura was, as you know, very instrumental in the campaign. And she lived here and is loved, and we appreciate it. And Michael Whatley has been incredible, wherever Michael is. Hello, Michael. Michael Whatley has been great, and your congressmen have been great. And what we thought we'd do is take a quick look around. First, we wanted to do this. I want to say that we're very disappointed in FEMA. Your new governor, it's not his fault. He's brand new to the whole situation. But we're going to work together with the governor. We're going to work together with the senators, but really we're going to work a lot with your congressmen, especially the three that are in the area, and Michael Whatley. And I'd like to put Michael in charge of making sure everything goes well. And Franklin Graham has been unbelievable. We've made a big contribution to Franklin, and we'll continue to do so. But I've been hearing nothing but praise for the job that Samaritan's Purse has done with Franklin, and we appreciate it. Where is Franklin? He's around here someplace. And that good-looking guy, he's always been a good-looking guy. His father was a good-looking guy, too, I'll tell you. We loved his father, right? I saw his father in the latter years, and I said, well, he doesn't have long to go. He was having a hard time, and he lived about 3 or 4 years after that, right? They say it was good stock. He had the ultimate good stock. But I want to thank you, Franklin. You've been fantastic here, and everywhere he goes, he's always the first one I see. People don't realize it, how good it is. A lot of people, they go, well, maybe it's for the people that he's got, and you guys know because you're here, but the people that he's got have done amazing work. So I just want to thank everybody. We're going to get over and take a look. We'll say a few words. I do want to introduce some of the people that we have, and our First Lady. We'll start with our First Lady. She wanted to be here because of North Carolina, and then I said, well, you can do that, but you're going to have to come to California, too. And she said, that's okay. And we got to fix that one up, too. You ever see anything like that one? It's, who would have thought that could have happened? So, Governor Josh Stein, thank you very much. We appreciate it. And we're going to have a very long and good relationship. Representatives, maybe stand up if you would so the press can see. Representatives Chuck Edwards. Chuck, thank you. Thank you, Chuck. Tim Moore. Virginia, you know Virginia Fox, a legend. She is such a powerful woman. Pat Harrigan. Pat, thank you very much. Your Agriculture Commissioner, who I hear is excellent, Steve Troxler. Steve, thank you very much. Good job, Steve. You got plenty to do, right? More than you ever thought. North Carolina Speaker Dustin Hall. Thank you, Dustin. Thanks, Dustin. Very good. House Majority Leader Brendan Jones. Brendan, thank you very much. We're making progress, Brendan. State Representatives Dudley Green, Carl Gillespie. Thank you very much, fellas. Good. Good. Thank you very much. State Senators Kevin Corbin, Warren Daniel. Thank you. Thank you very much, Kevin, Warren. And County Commissioner Jennifer Best. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. So Hurricane Helene was one of the worst natural disasters in American history. It was far worse than it was even billed. I have never seen such water damage. It was largely water damage, wind damage, but water damage nobody's ever seen. I've been here, as you know, numerous times, but now I'm here in a position where we can do something, meaning I've been in office for 4 days, and I wanted to come sooner, but actually they had a little problem with getting logistically in here, but I would have been here even sooner. 104 North Carolinians have lost their lives. Is that now a fairly firm number, or are they still finding people? You know, what do you think? They're still finding people? Pretty much okay? It's a lot of people. 104 people lost their lives. 73,000 homes were severely damaged or destroyed. And I'll tell you, I've been to a lot of them, and this was like lots of hurricanes in one. I've never seen such damage done by water. And the water came, it was violent, and it left, and there was like nothing left. It's really pretty amazing. At one point, half of the emergency calls to FEMA went unanswered. That's real bad. FEMA was not doing their job. The city of Asheville went without running water for 2 months. A whistleblower testified that some FEMA employees refused to help people who displayed Trump signs on their property. I think that's true, isn't it? I read that. It's not nice. That's not too nice, is it? But whoever those property people were, thank you very much. Michael, is that true? That's not good, huh? About the property owners you put a Trump sign on and they wouldn't help? FEMA. Earlier this year, FEMA kicked 2,000 North Carolinians out of their temporary housing into below freezing temperatures. What was that all about? Is that, you know about that? What happened? Tell me.
We had an incompetent administration under Biden, and we had a disaster, and we call it the disaster after the disaster. That was the FEMA response.
You had nothing but disaster since then. It doesn't matter at this point. Biden did a bad job. Some residents still don't have hot water, drinking water, or anything else, and many of them don't have quarters. They don't have anything. They got a stipend for what they lost, and we're going to take care of it. This is totally unacceptable, and I'll be taking strong action to get North Carolina the support that you need to quickly recover and rebuild. We're working on it very hard, and I think if Michael Whatley does half as good a job for North Carolina as he did for my campaign, we'll be very happy. Him and Laura were a very powerful team. So you think you can handle it, Michael? I don't know. I'm not sure, Michael. I think this is maybe in many ways easier, okay? Maybe easier. But you're going to lead the team. Do you want to say who the congressmen are that you want to appoint? Do you want to introduce them?
We have Virginia Fox, Chuck Edwards, and Tim Moore, whose districts encompass the area.
And they are the districts that were most severely impacted, right? You were affected then, Virginia?
Yes, lost my own platform.
Really? No. I'll also be signing an executive order to begin the process of fundamentally reforming and overhauling FEMA, or maybe getting rid of FEMA. I think, frankly, FEMA is not good. I think when you have a problem like this, I think you want to go and, whether it's a Democrat or Republican governor, you want to use your state to fix it and not waste time calling FEMA, and then FEMA gets here and they don't know the area, they've never been to the area, and they want to give you rules that you've never heard about. They want to bring people that aren't as good as the people you already have. And FEMA's turned out to be a disaster. And you could go back a long way. You could go back to Louisiana. You could go back to some of the things that took place in Texas. It turns out to be the state that ends up doing the work. It just complicates it. I think we're going to recommend that FEMA go away, and we pay directly. We pay a percentage to the state, but the state should fix this. If the state did this from the beginning, it would have been a lot better situation. I think you guys agree with that, right? So I just want to say that Asheville, I know it well. It's a great place, and we're going to have it be a great place again. That was the one that was most severely affected. But North Carolina is going to come back bigger, better, stronger than ever before. And you're going to be very thankful. And you've already seen, I know that it really began 4 days ago, but you've already seen more action than you have in the last 3 months. And we're going to get it together. We're informing the Army Corps of Engineers to get going because you have a lot of river breaks and a lot of areas that you're going to need some pretty big work. And they're on their way. They're going to be working much harder than they've been working in the past, and we're going to take care of it. Any questions from the press of any of the congressman, governor, anybody?
Sir, are you going to sign an executive order on FEMA, getting rid of it? Can you say more about signing an executive order to get rid of FEMA, please?
FEMA has been a very big disappointment. They cost a tremendous amount of money. It's very bureaucratic, and it's very slow. With the state, I think that problem should be taken care of by the state. That's what we have states for. They take care of problems. And a governor can handle something very quickly. You know, one of the things I've noticed, because I've been doing this for a while, and we had a pretty good FEMA, but I also noticed that when they come, they end up in arguments. They're fighting all the time over who does what. It's just not a good system. This system is so beautifully designed over 250 years approximately, you know, and we'll soon be celebrating the 250th year. It's going to be a very big celebration. But it's been designed very well, and we're going to leave it that way. When North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, Tennessee, when everybody knows the governor of Tennessee, I think, everybody? Do you know everybody here, pretty much? I never thought of it, but you're right over the ridge.
Right over the hillside.
So you're here to help. That's great.
The people in this region, including Tennessee, the people of Appalachia, are grateful that you are here and that you haven't forgotten it. And that there are other disasters, but this one was enormous for both North Carolina and Tennessee. So thank you.
You know, I've seen a lot of disasters. And when I came here right after, the day after. And when I came here, I couldn't believe it, actually. I couldn't believe the damage. And I've seen a lot of them. This was more like a tornado than it was what we witnessed. So we're going to get it very much taken care of. Good job. That's nice that you came. And so you call it you're right over the ridge, right, Tennessee?
Over the ridge, yes.
I like Tennessee too. Let's see, where did I get more votes, Tennessee or North Carolina? I hate to tell you, North Carolina, it was Tennessee.
There's one of the counties in this disaster that had 88% for you. So
88%, yeah. No, it's the people are just incredible people. Yeah. So, do you have any questions, press?
President, you talked about conditions being placed on aid to California, voter ID and the like. Are there any conditions that you're going to put on aid to North Carolina?
We're going to do a lot for North Carolina. You know, they've been very slow. I don't know why it's been so bad. This has been one of the worst I've seen. Katrina, of course, you know, was something that obviously that was a long time ago. That was not good. But this has been very slow. I don't know if that was for political reasons. This has been very slow. By any standard, this has been very slow, and we're gonna make up for lost time.
No conditions you're going to push for aid.
Well, in California, I have a condition. In California, we want them to have voter ID so the people have a voice, because right now the people don't have a voice because you don't know who's voting, and it's very corrupt. And we also want them to release the water. If they released the water, they wouldn't have had a problem. If they released the water when I told them to, because I told them to do it 7 years ago, if they would have done it, you wouldn't have had the problem that you had. You might not have even had a fire. So, but here I don't have that. It's a different thing. You got hit by a storm. The people are incredible. They worked really well. Franklin was fantastic, and other groups. By the way, other groups came in that were also fantastic, and other states came in. Tennessee and a couple of others came in. And they really help. That's the way it's supposed to be. No, this is a different kind of a thing.
Mr. President, have you decided how much funding you would
About what?
Have you decided how much funding you would allocate for disaster relief?
I haven't just. I have to see what it is.
Are you disappointed that
Oh my goodness. Oh shit. I love that. To keep Canada going. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I vote 5 minutes, about half it. He's tearing through the pizza, can't be much longer. I'm done, dude. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry, guys. I am so sorry. Yes, he does not chew. Wait, you can tell? Riding fence, you can tell? Gotta wipe the grease into his eyes. Oh, man. My eyes were like bugging me. I probably should have washed my hands. Oh my gosh. All right, sorry about that.
Have traffic police to guide the evacuation. So there was gridlock on Sunset. They've removed the vehicles now, but there were dozens of vehicles that were abandoned by drivers who fled for their lives because there were no traffic cops available. The fire department wasn't pre-deployed, even though there was an extreme wind event coming. And many of my neighbors lost their fire insurance in the days before the blaze. So I asked my neighbors what would they want to know if I could ask the president a question. And the number one thing was insurance. Can you work with the insurance companies to get people back to where they were before they lost the coverage because of California's regulations? And can you make California change its...
Dude, Prolaw, that's interfering. That's obstruction of justice, Prolaw. You should be locked up for following ICE agents around and trying to warn illegal aliens. That's interfering with federal law enforcement. That's harboring criminal aliens. You should be locked up. You should be arrested and locked up for that.
Rules so that when we build again, we can get fire insurance and we don't have to worry. And there's one other point I want to make. I really appreciate my congressman advocating for money. We need the money from the federal government. But I also understand Americans who are tired of spending money on California and disasters happen, and the California government passes $50 million to oppose your policy. So they have $50 million for that, but not for moving people into rental homes or helping people relocate or rebuild. I would like to ask you to follow the 9/11 Commission precedent and appoint a special master to watch the money, to make sure that every federal dollar that gets spent here is spent on fire relief and rebuilding and not on everything else.
Good idea. Here's a good one right over here. I don't know if you... Do we all like
He's
Rick?
very busy.
He was ambassador to Germany. He was fantastic. Angela Merkel's happiest day ever in her history, and she had a long history, was the day I removed him from there and put him in charge of a very high level of intelligence and intelligent people, but they were not intelligent enough to fool him. But Rick Grenell has been fantastic, and he lives here, and I don't know if you want to either think about it or recommend some people or get together and recommend some people as a group, which is fine. But Rick would be somebody that I would certainly consider. And Breitbart is fantastic, by the way. Congratulations on that. And I was so impressed with the firefighters I met before. And they said that, you know, I asked them how many of the pumps, how many of the hydrants were working. And it was a, you know, large percentage of them were not working at all. They had no water. And the ones that did have water didn't have a lot of pressure. And one of the things that was missing, many of you have sprinklers over your living room and your bathroom and your kitchen. I mean, if those sprinklers worked with some pressure, you would have had a much different outcome. So we're going to work on that. I think in terms of that, Rick Grenell would be good, or Rick, you'll head up a group of people that would recommend a few people to me, maybe a commission, set up a commission. I like it because we're talking about a lot of money. The other one is Kelly Loeffler is now the head of small business, and small business is big business. It's actually one of the biggest.
No, I didn't, Prolaw. That's terrible.
Small business administration, and she's a cabinet member.
That's terrible, Prolaw.
She's fantastic. Her husband is the head of the New York Stock Exchange, so they know something about money, and other exchanges actually. Fantastic people, and she wants to come here almost immediately after she gets approved. She wants to come here and open up small business to the area because they have a lot of money. I always say the small business is actually a very big business when you add it all up. And she's going to come here, and it's a very important thing. I want to thank also the First Lady, because she wanted to come here, she wanted to be here, she has so many friends, and she also wanted to see North Carolina, because that was another disaster that was so bad, so different, but so bad, and she just wanted to go there. We said we're going to stop at one, and then we're going to the other. In many respects, it was a depressing day, but in many respects, it was a beautiful day because the spirit is so incredible. North Carolina and here, very, very similar situation. Different, so different and yet so similar, actually. And so I just thought it was very nice. You wanted to be here, and we appreciate it.
We were all told that the EPA said it would be 3 to 6 months to check all the dirt, and then it would be another 18 months to clear all the lots. So we're all sitting here now, and
Is that local?
yeah.
You got it. You got it.
So when we're sitting here now, and Mayor
I don't
Bass
want to be the only one to give you permits like in one day, and then I find out that the cities, the towns, and the state is not going to give you permits. And you know, the problem with permits, it only takes one. You might need 7 different permits. You shouldn't have any at this point. You should just let them build.
But I guess we want to know is when...
And you know, you're only as good as the weakest one. So if you have one that's going to hold you up, but the others are going to give it to you in 24 hours, it's not going to help you very much. So they have to work on that.
So, I mean, we were told last night 18 months. So what's, if that's not the answer, Mayor Bass, what is the answer? Because
What everybody said.
that's what we were all told last night.
Well, and let me just tell you that we are going to do everything we can, slashing regulations, expediting everything so that people can begin the process right away. You know, we have the Disaster Recovery Center on Pico and Westwood. We have building and safety there. People are already contacting the local agencies. We're bringing our city departments together so that people don't get caught in the loop of going from one room to the next. We want them all to be in the same room so that you can get busy rebuilding ASAP.
You have to clear the lots. Yes.
Absolutely.
You have to clear the lots.
Yes.
You guys are in charge.
Yes.
You have to
And we will clear the lots, absolutely, in the city and in the county.
So when
We are working together. Both levels of government are working in
Well, we
unity.
were told last night from the Corps of Engineers that it'd be 18 months. Is it not 18 months? Is it like, that's the answer that we got, and that's what we're all hanging on.
Yes.
So if you're telling us now faster, is it 6 months? Is it, I mean, all of our lives, rents, all this stuff is weighing on this.
6 months is no good.
And the number one thing that we are going to do immediately, and you will see this happen, is to clear out the debris. And you know, we're concerned right now over the weekend because of
So in other words, it is going to be 18 months. What in the world?
potential rain, but we are going to move as fast as we can, but we want you to be safe, and we want you to be back in your homes immediately.
But the people are willing to clean out their own debris. It doesn't
Yes,
cost
and
a
they
lot.
can,
You
and
should
they are
let them
able
do
to-
it because
No, no,
by
no,
the
they
time you
can do
hire
that.
contractors, it's
Right.
going to be 2 years.
If a family...
People are willing to get a dumpster and do it themselves and clean it out.
And they can
There's
do
not that much left. It's all incinerated.
That's right.
And, you know, it's just going to take a long time if you do. You can do some of it, but a lot of these people, I know that guy right there that's talking. I know my people. You'll be on that thing tonight, throwing the stuff away, and your site will be, it'll look perfect within 24 hours. And that's what he wants to do. He doesn't want to wait around for 7 months till the city hires some demolition contract
If
that's going to
individuals
charge him
want to build-
$25,000 to do his lot. I think you have emergency powers just like I do, and I'm exercising my emergency powers. You have to exercise them also.
I did exercise them.
Because I looked,
signed
I
an
mean, you have a
emergency
very powerful
declaration.
emergency power, and you
Yes.
can do everything within 24 hours.
Yes. And if individuals want to clear out their property, they can.
Sir, we can't even get one. Get in here without trucks.
Well, yes, but you know that you will be able to go back
But
soon.
how?
Mr. President.
We think within a week.
That Alphabet Street's everybody.
That's a long time a week. I'll be honest. To me, everyone's standing in front of their house. They want to go to work, and they're not allowed to do it.
And the most
A
important
week
thing
is
is
a
for
long
people to
time.
be safe.
They're safe. They're safe. You know what? They're not safe.
What is Trump really doing here? Just trolling local Democrats? I mean, I like it, Law, the bully pulpit, literally. Yeah, that's crazy. It's like, here he is, the president, like literally trying to bully these local officials into allowing it. It's like, yeah, that's his power as president. It's amazing he called out these Democrats. I mean, good for him. I love it.
They're not safe now. They're going to be much safer. A week is actually a long time, the way I look at it. I watched hundreds of people standing in front of their lots, and they're not allowed to go in. It's all burned. It's gone. It's done. Nothing's going to happen to it. It's not going to burn anymore. There's nothing to burn. There's almost nothing to burn. And they want to go in. The people are all over the place. They're standing, and they say, why aren't you going in? We're trying to get a permit. And the permit's going to take them, everybody said 18 months. You said 18 months. You said 18 months.
No, it's not even the permit. That's what you guys talked about.
And that was last
to clear the blocks. 18 months to clear the blocks.
We can't even see our homes right now. We are blocked from entering our streets.
Right.
We can't even, this is our first time we saw our house was yesterday.
Mr. President, we're going to be together next week, and
have you ever wondered how buying Israeli goods helps Israel during turbulent times with attacks from extremists and anti-Israel movements? The answer is simple. By supporting family businesses...
Dude, that's BS, dude. That's BS that the city won't even let them see their own homes. That's complete BS.
interim, many of us are involved in, and Tom McClintock, who you know has been an expert on this for years.
That's right.
We are going to be putting conditions on the money that do two things. Require that it be done timely and affordable, and then secondly, that we protect those who will come afterwards. As we speak, there are 6,000 acres burning in my district on the Mexican border. There will be more fires until we include in any disaster relief items which will prevent it or at least mitigate it from happening again. So you're going to see us proposing both of those.
Like water. Little things like water. You know, the party of common sense. See, we're the party of common sense. You're not, in all fairness.
Yes, sir.
We like water to put out fires. It's really quite efficient. All right.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. President, I'm Jay Obernolte. My district is just a bit east of here.
Yep.
And you were talking about the need to better manage our forests and our wildlands to prevent this from happening again. And you were so right about that. Just last year, a couple months ago in October, they put out a fire. The line fire in my district was over twice as big as the Palisades fire. And they put it out less than a mile from my house in an area where we had done thinning, and they stopped the fire, Mr. President, on a fire break that we had built a couple of years ago.
That's right.
We have an area just on the other side of my community that hasn't been thinned in decades because it's being held up by a lawsuit from an environmental group that says we're going to reduce habitat. Mr. President, we need to, in addition to getting resources and boots on the ground to do this treatment, we need to reform our legal system to prevent these lawsuits from tying up these projects for years and years and years. And not to say that the merit shouldn't be heard, but we need to hear them and we need to move on, resolve them.
Is this a state group? State or federal group?
This is a local group, actually, Mr. President, but they have help from the state.
They use the environment to make themselves feel good, and they're destroying our country. And you've got to, at some point, you've got to put your foot down. I know exactly what you're talking. You have local and state groups, and you have federal groups too. And you got to fight them the right way, because you'll never, even if the mayor gives, you're going to have a local group come in and sue. You're not allowed to go on your property. They're going to talk about asbestos and every other thing. They want to go on their property, and they want to clean out their property, and you cannot let anything get in their way. And you'll have this place built up quickly, beautiful. It'll be more beautiful than before. And I would do one other thing. I'd give them a 10%, 15% bonus on their house, because they went through hell, and they should be allowed to build a little bit, give them a little bit lot line bonus, give them a bonus on size, maybe a little bonus on height. They went through hell. You know, some of them had houses where they were restricted. They have to have an 8-foot ceiling. You let them have a 10-foot ceiling. Let them build a nice house, a nicer house than they had before. But I would give them a 10 or a 15% bonus on their plans. And I think it would be very well received, because they'll be able to build a little bit nicer house. Do you like that idea, by the way? They deserve it. Because you know what? It's not their fault that this fire took place. This fire took place, could have been stopped. It's not their fault. It's not the homeowner's fault. And I think they should be entitled to a bonus on their house. Okay.
Mr. President.
Sir, go ahead. Thank you. Some good news from Paradise. We stood together there 6 years ago, along with the governor.
That was so
Is that 3,400 homes have been rebuilt out of the 18,000 lost, and there's 400 more in the wings. And so FEMA was very helpful. Now my colleague who has Altadena here, probably a very similar situation. Clearing the lots, they're probably going to have to clear about a foot worth of soil underneath those foundations to get the toxicity out. So they'll need a lot of help. Those are working class folks in Altadena.
And we did a good job with you people.
And FEMA was extremely helpful.
Yep.
30,000.
That was the old days when FEMA was good. FEMA's no good anymore.
Yeah.
That was when we ran it. FEMA was very good, but now FEMA's not good.
We've got to get them on track. But on the water, thanks so much for your strong efforts on that. Right now, Lake Shasta, which is my district, is dumping more water than what is coming in. So is Folsom Lake. And those are federal projects that should be building up because we're latter January here. And there's not, you can't count on the rain and the snow coming every year. And so if we don't fill those projects, then my colleague in San Joaquin Valley isn't going to get his water for his farmers. Well, it might be all right up in the north. They aren't going to get it. And then the water needs to go through aqueduct for Southern Cal to refill maybe the Santa Ynez Reservoir that was empty during this.
You know, you don't even need reservoirs. With the water coming down, you don't need the reservoir. You have so much water, you don't need it. You only have reservoirs because you're trying to hold water. But you have natural water coming down along the coast. It's for 1 million years it's been coming. You know that, right?
Yeah.
In addition to that, you have a lot of half pipe. In other words, you have the half pipe that's built. And it hasn't been used. You see, it's bone dry. No water's been in that half pipe for years and years. It was closed up years ago.
Had the reservoir...
It's already there. Yeah.
Had the reservoir above Palisades been full, they wouldn't have run out of water in a few hours. It would have gone for at least a few days with 40 acre feet out of 600,000
That
acres.
reservoir's been empty for a long time.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been empty. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah, please.
Mr. President, my name is Tracy Park. I represent the people of the Pacific Palisades on the LA City Council. I wanted to thank you for your loyal support to our military, our police officers, and especially our firefighters. My top priority going forward is to get these men and women home as soon as possible and open up the pathway to begin their rebuilding process. It was the Army Corps of Engineers who announced last night that it would be 18 months. I am fully committed to doing my part on the ground with our state agencies and our city and our county partners to speed this up.
Good.
I just ask for your ongoing partnership with FEMA and the EPA and our other federal agencies to make sure that we have a commitment across all layers of government to get these people back home. Thank you, sir.
I do, thank you very much. It's well said. I do have to say FEMA is a big disappointment. We had it working well. We had great people, but FEMA's not good anymore. What FEMA did in North Carolina, you know, they still haven't even gone to certain areas. They don't know what they're doing. And I say, you don't need FEMA. You need a good state government. And when you have a problem in Los Angeles, or when you have a problem even in the state of California, you have your own, essentially FEMA. You fix it yourself. You don't have somebody coming in from a state where they have no idea, like Florida. They come in from hurricanes. They have people staying in Alaska, and now they see, oh, this is very nice.
Whoa!
By the time they get familiar with it, they don't know anything. The FEMA is a...
CTV in the house. What up? D-Flux. Thank you, CTV. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it.
very expensive, in my opinion, mostly failed situation. We had great people. We did some great jobs, but each state should take care of their problem and get money from the federal government.
I got smoked.
So much better, so much more efficient. So we're looking at that because we have had, and you're going to have problems with FEMA too. You've already had problems with FEMA. FEMA doesn't even show up. It takes weeks before they even show up. And what happens is the state then relies on FEMA, and nobody does anything because FEMA doesn't show up. So it's not a good situation. So we'll make some recommendations on that. but you have to push like hell to get the permits, because I'm just hearing things that I don't like to hear. I think you're not going to get your permits as fast as people are saying. We have to get them. And Mayor, if I can help you at all in that regard, you'll let me know. But you're going to have all your federal permits. That's going to be the easy part, which, by the way, is by far the hardest part. You know who controls your water is Department of Commerce, and I already have that approval. And that's usually a very long process, but that's the hard part was the federal, but we already have that done. So anything I can do, please let me know. Please, go ahead.
Are getting the schools, the rec center, the libraries all rebuilt. And whatever federal support and whatever support we can get from you, working with the local...
You lost all your schools.
We lost all our schools.
You lost four? You lost your 4 schools?
4 schools, rec center, sports fields, library, and as you saw, this is an incredible community of families. And our kids, that's what they did all day, was go to school, go to the rec center, go to the library. So we could all rebuild our homes, which is great, but if none of that infrastructure is here, then it's not the same community. So we need those
Were they
areas.
completely burned down, the schools?
Yeah, completely.
Wow.
Most of them.
All
yeah.
of them? All of them?
Pretty much all of them, yeah. Palisades Elementary, which a number of our kids all go to, I mean, the place is basically destroyed. So we can't wait 5 years for that to be rebuilt, because we can't live there if there's no schools. So that's an area where we would love your help and support. I love the idea of having some, local council that can use those federal dollars, implement them quickly into rebuilding those areas.
Well, I'm going to ask Rick to set, I think right from this table, you might put a couple of the fire guys back there on that I just met, okay? Because they're really good, but...
Man, I need more vehicles so bad.
Do the processing faster.
Mr. President, if I can just defend FEMA a little bit.
Yeah.
They brought thousands of people in. I don't know how they're doing in other states. They're doing a good job for us here. They've got a huge center that's open from 9 in the morning till 8 at night. But also, when you have a disaster this size, you need to be able to deploy thousands of people, which they've been able to do. Now, California, if we did it on our own, maybe we'd have thousands of people.
You do.
But if Rhode Island has a Palisades disaster, are they then supposed to keep
How many people do you have in California? 36? How many million? How many million people do you have?
What?
You have 40 million people. You're not going to get a few thousand people? The problem with FEMA is they come from all over the country.
Whoa.
They end up in arguments with your people from California because they want to do it a totally different way. And I can live either way, but you haven't gotten very much done with FEMA and all you have to do is look at North Carolina. It's one of the great disasters of all time.
And Mr. President, you can't have Rhode Island maintain a staff of thousands and thousands of people waiting to see if they have a disaster.
You know who came in and fixed North Carolina or the process? Other states, people from all over the country came. And you have the same thing. You have a lot of people from all over the country. Getting the people is not a problem. Getting the organization's a big problem. FEMA's incompetently run, and it costs about 3 times more than it should cost.
I'm hoping
we
that
can
you
spend
can get
money
a
on
better
schools instead of giving money to bureaucracy. It takes you so much longer.
Mr. President,
It takes you so much longer.
FEMA for helping our people.
FEMA has a standard, Brad, and I'm a builder. I was a very good builder. FEMA has a standard that's so slow. They want permit on permit on permit, and then they want permits on top of that. If you use FEMA, you'll be here for a long time. What I'm saying is get the city, get the state to give you immediate 24-hour permits. These people are going to build their own homes. They're going to get them built fast. How many of the people, could I ask you one question? How many of the people, what are people going to do for financing? What are people going to do? How many people can build a home, percentage-wise, like where they don't have to go out and get funds? Some people are just not going to be able to rebuild their home because they have a beautiful home, but they don't have cash, right? So what are people looking to do in that case? You're going to have a big percentage, I would assume, Brad, like that. What are they going to do? Go ahead.
Mr. President, without your help, they're only going to get $43,000 from the federal government, even if they have a $500,000
you did something,
loss.
Brad, where every insurance company in the country left California That's why you have no insurance, because you made it so impossible. People that think like you made it so impossible.
Wow.
Every insurance company.
I don't know what
I'll tell you this.
about my thinking.
I've never seen a state where almost nobody has insurance. And I said, what happened? And they said like 6 months ago they all left. And 2 years ago they had different, quadrants, but they left. And you have very little insurance here. I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
We had a lot of insurance companies pull out, but I have no
And
idea.
the insurance companies actually have been warning you. Now, I'm not a big fan of insurance companies, okay? They have their big drawbacks too, but the insurance company, I read the papers very well, and they've been warning California for a long time. They've also been saying, we want water. You don't have water. You're supposed to get fire insurance. And the insurance company goes, you don't have any water in your fire hydrants. So it's a tough situation. I'm not a big fan of insurance companies. I get that.
They're pulling out of Florida
Brad,
as
you
well.
lost your insurance company 6 months ago because the state wouldn't give them what they had to have.
Yeah. And Mr. President, I remember the
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
I'm Ed Ring from the California Policy Center, and in the matter of prevention of fires, in the matter of the cost of rebuilding, both of which affect insurance rates, I think one, to support something one of the other participants said, a reform you might consider, and it could be an act of Congress, is that the losers in environmentalist lawsuits pays the legal fees. And I think that would be a big step in the right direction.
Oh, you mean loser pays. I love that. Well, if you did loser pays, you could cut your courts in you could cut them down about 90%, loser pays. You know what would also benefit? Medical. If you had loser pays for medical, your medical costs would go down by 50%. That's an interesting thing, I bring that up, but the only problem? The strongest lobby in the world, you know what it is? The lawyer lobby. So when you go back to your local congressman, hello, congressman, how about going against the lawyers for a little while? No, loser pays, very good. In Europe, they use it in certain parts of Europe, and they have very little litigations, right? Yes, please.
Mr. President, I represent the 27th Congressional District, which is on the north side of the North San Fernando Valley through Santa Clarita and Lancaster and Palmdale. I just wanted to tell you a story of heroism. Yesterday, we had another big fire. We had several big fires across, and this fire was moving fast. It was moving 1,000 feet per minute. But what these heroes did, the firefighters and the sheriffs and the law enforcement officials, they mobilized 4,000 people within about 6 hours. They mobilized 20 air attack aircraft and helicopters, and they saved the city of Castaic. And so I just wanted to ask you to join us in recognizing those amazing heroes.
I love that.
I think the thing that we all, and I'm very encouraged by your words, we're all here to help the folks here, right?
That's right.
And your words about building quickly, building well, but building quickly is what I think we are all here to do. And I think if we can take that spirit out of today, it is really important that you and your wife are here. If we can take that spirit, we're going to help these people as quickly as possible, get them back on their feet, and recreate these amazing communities that we have here.
And you'll take the word spirit, such a great word, such an important word. You'll take their guts away. You'll take their spirit away if you don't give them the permits. You're going to take their guts. They're going to say, all of a sudden they'll start looking for houses, and your whole thing is going to blow up on you. These people want to get going. This place can go quickly, but you don't want to take their spirit away, and that will take their spirit away. So you're 100% right. Yes, sir.
For being here.
Thank you.
I lost my home. My in-laws lost their home. I want to make you aware of something that I know you know a thing or two about, which is interest rates. The banks, when the insurance company gives you the check on the name of the mortgage company and you, they offer you 2% interest on that money. The treasuries are 4%.
Right.
They're expanding their net interest margin on the back of fire victims. Could you please, just like you talked to the CEO of Bank of America?
Oh, you noticed that. Oh, look at this guy. He studies that. No, Bank of America, they're not nice.
Would you please,
sounds very nice. The Bank of America, they're not nice.
Would you please tell the banks to pay us Treasury for the money that the insurance sets aside?
Well, we're starting to do, we're doing numbers on banks, yeah. We're doing it. Is that Leonard Boxer next to you? Leonard? Huh? We have Leonard, we have, oh, there's Skip. I have them all here, huh? Look at Skip, I haven't seen you in a long time. You used to be a very good golfer. You still a good golfer? Huh? And he's a good guy, too. Hi, Skip. How you doing? You got them all, huh? Leonard, Skip. Thank you. Go ahead, please.
Mr. President, I just wanted to say Paradise is coming back because of the help that you gave us. And we really want to thank you for that. And that's why we're here also, is because we want to help our
We did a good job with Paradise, didn't we? What a fire that was.
It was a terrible fire.
We've had many people were found, and only the certain type of German Shepherd could even find it, right? You could not tell. The dog would go right up. There's the body. And the incineration was so horrible. So horrible.
And when we see the same devastation.
So Paradise is going good, right?
It's going good. We're coming back.
Yeah,
it's because of the help, and we want to help our brothers and sisters here in LA to come back too. And I know that's what you're going to do. And so we really appreciate that. But from Paradise to the Palisades, the problem is fuel. It's the fuel, the vegetation, the dry grasses, the chaparral. There's a tremendous amount of it, and we're not.
You got to remove it. You got to remove it, and you got to remove it, and you got to do the other things that we've said 10 times. I mean,
Right.
you got to remove it. You just can't have it. I see it even now. I saw the fire. We flew over it, and you got a lot of dry stuff. It's bone dry.
And the environmental.
And you know, I predicted this 7 years ago. I said, "Do it, get it done," and everybody laughed. They thought it was. I said, "Forest management." They thought it was such a funny term. Ha ha ha! That's so funny. Now it's not funny anymore, you know? We were right.
It's number one cause of these fires. Number one cause.
You wouldn't have any fires.
Right. And if we just remove those environmental regulations, NEPA, CEQA at the state level, they get in the way of us doing those projects.
It's all a con job, you know that, right? It's all
Berry
it's all
Creek,
a big con
the
job.
town of Berry Creek in my district,
Yeah.
CEQA stopped them from doing a fuel reduction project. They said 18 months. That's where 18 months comes from, because at least 18 months on a CEQA review. That community is no longer here today because of the North Complex fire. We didn't build that project. We need to make sure that never happens again. We have to stop those things from happening so we don't have.
Well, it will happen here
Palisades.
unless you're very strong as a group of people and demand that you have the right to go onto your property and start the process immediately, like tomorrow. How many people did I see on your street where they're standing in front of their lot? The house is, there's really not much demolition. It's incinerated, right? So it's not like a lot of stuff. It's not like you have 3 stories worth of concrete. It's all incinerated. And all of the people were standing there and they weren't allowed to even go onto their lot. You got to let them do. If you can do that, you're going to see this thing go like wildfire. And if you don't, you're going to have those lots for years because people are going to leave. They're going to, as much as you love your location and your place, and you're in the real estate business, as much as you love your location and your site, your housing sites, they're going to leave. They're going to leave. They're going to find other things. They're not going to put up with it. They have spirit now, but in a year from now, they won't have spirit if you don't let them go. So just harness it. Well, I think, look, I'm going to give you everything you want. I'm going to give you more than any president would have ever given you. If most presidents wouldn't be here, number one. They certainly wouldn't be here after 3 days. They would not be here. I can tell you that. And we're going to override all of permitting. The only thing you have to do is get your state people, which should be very easy, because that's literally so easy to do. And I know the mayor, and I know she's working very hard, but she's got very powerful emergency, it's called an emergency petition. And you can petition very quickly. And I just hope you can give them, because it's very rare that the federal government would be ahead of the state government, because the federal permits are much tougher. But you essentially already have your permits. You can just go and go wild. Brad, as soon as you can get those permits, whatever you can do, if you can put that genius of yours to work on getting a permit, you'll be doing much better than some of the other things you've said, okay? But we do appreciate you. So, Mayor, could I just leave you with that? It's a big permitting deal. We're going to be back, and I'm going to put Rick in charge of just representing me for a period of time until we figure out exactly who we want to do it, whether we want a commission or an individual. You know, if you have a good individual, if you have a really good individual, and they are rare, but if you have a really good individual, it's always better than a commission, because a commission gets bogged down a little bit, Daryl, right? So it's, if you had the right individual, and I know we do, we have a lot of great individuals in this community, but it's an honor to be with you. It was an honor to be with your firemen before and your policemen. We met some great people, and these are people that are leaders, and they're just fantastic. It's a fantastic group of people, and they were very brave. I want to tell you, your fire people are so well thought of. You had big fires, and it was hard to put them out, but boy, were they brave. They were really fighting against a tough thing, and everybody in the country knows it. Everybody in the country knows it. And it was an honor to be with you. So I'll be back, and we'll work very hard, and I hope you guys can start doing your cleanup starting like tomorrow at around 12 o'clock, okay? Thank you all very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks, Brad.
We get this question all the time, and the answer is absolutely yes. You can use the furniture salve on the leather
That's
in your car, just
incredible.
as you would a leather on your couch in your home. Little fuzz there. That's no good. I'm just applying the salve with a flat round brush. They come in 3 sizes, and I'm using Walk in the Woods. It's a nice woodsy scent for the car. Anywhere that there's leather is great. Just a little dab, and there you go. It's great for the dash.
I don't know what that was. Otherwise, we're stable. Oh man, do I have the energy to continue on? I think I do. Let me do this.
Tonight, President Trump's crackdown on illegal immigration and deportation push. An ICE raid in Newark met with fierce criticism. Military planes now sending migrants from the U.S. to Guatemala, and the president's troop surge at the border. New images of the first of 1,500 additional military.
Never mind, guys. I'm tired.